Hi, fifth grade artists, it's Mrs. Cherian. Welcome to my dining room table art studio. This is where I'm going to be doing the lessons for you for the paper mache project. I'm excited to work with you. I know it's not the same as being in the art studio at Markham, but we're going to make the best of it and do it from home. And it'll be fun for you to share this experience with siblings or somebody, an adult at home. The first thing that I wanted to share with you, this is a prototype of a paper mache animal. Last year, two fifth grade artists made this for me as an example. It was Max and North, and they came during lunch recess and did an extra one, and that's why I still have it. They didn't take it home. So this gives you an idea of what your final project, at least the size, will look like. All right. This is going to be a three-part series. The first part is today. It's going to be the armature base. You're going to be learning how to create the base today. Next up will be, there'll be another video for the paper mache goo. That's the messy, kind of gross part. And then lastly, there'll be a third video, and that will be for painting and embellishments. So this is a three-part series. You'll get 3 different videos to show you how to make your paper mache animal. For today, part 1, I have a supply list, and this is just for today. You're going to pull these supplies out of the packet that you received from Markham. If you don't have all of the supplies in this bag, then that means that somebody from home said that you had them at home. So you can, after I talk about this, stop the video, pause it, and then make sure that you have these items before you continue. And anytime during this, if you need to pause, rewind, go ahead and do that, and you can watch me over and over again. But for today, for part 1 supply list, you need a photo of your animal. You can either print that out. If you don't have a printer, it's fine. You can Google image it and just look at it on the screen. You need a pencil, you need foil, tag board, and masking tape. And again, most of those things should have been in your to-go packet. If not, that means you already had them. So go ahead and gather those things and get them ready for part 1. I jotted down a bunch of things that I wanted to make sure that I tell you throughout this. So I'm just going to be referring to my list of notes and then also using supplies to show you what we're going to be doing. Okay, so to begin, your paper mache animal is a sculpture. It's a 3-dimensional piece of artwork. It has length, width, and depth. That's what makes it 3D, the depth part. It is going to be on top of a base. You should have received a base in your packet, and the size should be small enough, or the correct size, to be able to fit onto your base. Another parameter that you can use to determine size is that it should fit in the palm of your hand. So palm of your hand or the base, that's the size that you're going for. The technical term for what's underneath a sculpture is called an armature. And I'll read you the definition. An armature is a skeleton-like framework to give a rigid internal support to a sculpture. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be creating the armature. It's the inside part of a sculpture. Okay. Next up, you want to grab your photo that you printed. Again, if you didn't print it, you can do this by looking at the screen. The way that we're going to start this, just like when we're drawing something, you want to look for basic shapes. That helps you to get a place to start. So you're looking for the basic shape in the image, in the features of, I'm going to do a pig, by the way. My example is going to be a pig. So on my drawing, or on my printout, I went around and I drew the basic shapes that I was looking for, or that make up the pig. So I have an oval for his body, and some pointy triangles for the ears, a round shape for the head, and then an oval for the snout, and some long ovalish shapes for the feet. That's important because you want to get the basic idea, the basic shapes that make up your animal down so that you can think about it when you're doing the sculpture. I also have one head-on of the pig that helps me too. And again, if you don't have a printer to do this, no worries. Just look at the screen and you can do this with your finger. So I'm looking, I see a circle and the ears here, triangles, and then an oval for the snout. That's, again, it's just to warm you up to think about what you're going to be making rather than just diving right in. Okay, foil is going to be the main part of the armature. Foil is a wonderful material because it can be manipulated in different ways to give us a good base and good way to get the feature or the shape the way that you want it to be. Also, if you make a mistake with foil, open it back up and start again. You don't have to make it super dense and thick. It's just the idea of getting the shape that you want. It doesn't have to be like a crazy foil ball that's really thick and heavy. It's just the idea of folding it and getting it to the shape that you want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to start with those shapes that I had for the pig's body. I'll start with an oval. And I did a little bit of this work ahead of time, so in the interest of time, so you don't have to watch me do every step. But what you would do is take a piece of foil, kind of crumple it up to the shape that you're going for, and magic, like a cooking show, here I have the oval for the main part of the body. Then I also made a head, feet. I have feet or legs, 4 of those. I made the cute little curly tail and the snout. So all of those little pieces you're going to do first for the different parts of the body. Then we're going to use masking tape to put it all together.